Hawthorn and Richmond. Richmond very impressive, and the signs didn't look good for the Hawks. Early days, I know, but there's so many positive things to come out of this for Richmond.
Oh, fantastic. Richmond, they went down the middle of the ground, they played the centre corridor, but the most impressive thing was their hustle and bustle, their defensive work, their attacking, gang tackling was fantastic to watch. And without question, it was the best game of Foster's Cup football I've seen for, well, certainly this season. And when you compare it to last night's game, which was quite boring, this was an absolute ripper.
And yet we had the champions last night in West Coast. The recruiting for Richmond seems to be significant. The 4 people out of the end of season draft were amongst their best players in this match.
Yes, they had a number of young players. Bullis was one that impressed off the half-back line. Schaefer was good. Batura, who they picked up in a little bit of a, well, it was a tricky deal when they got him in the father and son rule, and that was 50 play. The father had to have played 50 games. All of a sudden, it went down to 20. Batura was signed up, and then it went back to 50. So some would suggest that there was a little bit of skullduggery there, but perhaps it was just a one-off situation.
What about Hawthorn's situation? Everyone's saying, is it the end of one of the great eras in football?
Well, they say we've been saying that for the last 5 years, Bruce. I don't think so. When you look at the names that they've got there, Platten, Dunstall, Jarman, who was a little bit quiet on the weekend, bar for 3 pieces of magic. Pritchard, you can go on and on. Stephen Lawrence in the seconds couldn't get a game. I think you'll see him bob up pretty quickly. The Hawks will be there. There's no question of that. Whether they can maintain the rage is another question. But it did just think that there was a little bit of a change in the guard being signalled on Wednesday night.
Has Brereton's situation unnerved them, do you think, a bit, unbalanced them, because not knowing whether he'll be there or not?
I wouldn't think so. That's been the case for 12 months. I think Brereton is probably finished as a footballer. We'll know more, but it'll probably take 12 months to get the final death sentence.